Hey guys, Buffett Game back today bringing you a video, and today we're going to go through all of the weapons in the Battlefield 2042 beta. Now I will leave a link down below to my previous videos where we compiled the full list of weapons that we know of so far through the different trailers. So I have a few different videos of that. There's a lot more than what we have here in the beta, but this video is going to focus on the weapons in the beta and their real life counterparts. So I'll leave those links down below. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Here we have the LWRC SMG-45, and if we open up our Weapon Plus system, you can see there on the upper receiver, it's labeled 9mm/45 ACP. So we have two different rounds here available. We'll put on the Leopold hammer, wrap suppressor, and a grip. We have the standard issue and the high power. So the standard issue, you can see the magazine is the same. However, the standard issue is going to give us 31 with one in the chamber, or 30 with one in the chamber, and this is going to be 9x19 Parabellum. So you can see the rate of fire and how accurate it is. Obviously, this is not going to be a ranged weapon at all. Just firing 9x19 Parabellum for close quarters. Now, our second ammunition type for the SMG-45 is going to be the 45 ACP. Swap over to that, and you have 20 with one in the chamber. So you can see it's obviously a larger round. The fire rate's different. The sound effect is a little bit different as well. Here for the 45 ACP rounds, this will be a little bit more effective at different ranges. However, not much. And again, you can see the LWRC SMG-45 is, technically think of it as the Americanized replacement of the UMP-45. So this is our first SMG available here in the Battlefield 2042 beta. Here we have the Kriss Vector, chambered in, again, 45 ACP. So if we open up the Weapon Plus system, you can see the different attachments here. We'll put on a suppressor, red dot, a grip, and we have the high-powered ammunition as well as the extended mag. So both appear to be chambered in 45 ACP. So if we run the high-powered, we have 20 in the magazine with one in the chamber. If I reload with bullets in my magazine, I'll get that 21. And then if I rechamber it in the extended mag, again, it still appears to be 45 ACP. However, we're getting 20 extra rounds, upping it from 21 to 41. So this is our Kriss Vector, and again, it's really hard to tell if these are different types of rounds. One could be 9x19, the standard issue could be 9x19, and the high-powered very well could just be, the high-powered could be 9x19, and the extended could be 45 ACP. Again, very difficult to tell because it's not labeling what the rounds are. But this is our Kriss Vector, chambered in 45 ACP. Here we have our first assault rifle in the game. The main feature in kind of all of the trailers is the 6-hour MCX Spear. This is part of the next generation squad weapons system, or the program, I should say. This is chambered in real life in 6.8 by 51mm. Now in game, this is called the M5A3. If we open up our Weapon Plus system, you can see we have the different attachments for optics and how that's going to swap out the flip-up iron sights when we put on the different optics, which is awesome. So we'll put on the Leopold hammer, we'll put on the muzzle brake, and we have the vertical grip here. Now, the magazine option, we have standard issue, which appears to be 5.56 by 45mm NATO. And again, you can see the curvature in the magazine seems to be a P-mag there as well. We have the close combat. This appears to be, you can see they're labeled in the magwell 9mm conversion. So this appears to be obviously 9x19 Parabellum. And then we have the high-powered ammunition, which is going to be what the MCX Spear takes in real life, that being the 6.8 by 51mm. So we'll go ahead, start with the standard issue. This is going to be the 5.56 by 45mm. Let's go ahead and put that hammer sight on. And so that is our 5.56 by 45. Again, 30 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. Swap over to the 9x19 Parabellum. So this is going to be more of our MPX conversion, as well as in real life the MPX takes 40 Smith & Wesson. But again, this is our 9x19 Parabellum. This is going to be more so for close quarters, obviously, as it is labeled close combat. So when you get up and close and personal, this is what you'd want to use. Much less recoil and more effective at closer range, higher rate of fire. And then we also have the high-powered ammunition. This is going to chamber in 6.8 by 51mm, the same as the real-life MCX Spear, chambered in that caliber for the next generation squad weapon program to replace the M4. So you can see we have 20 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. And you can hear it with the sound of the weapon as well as the fire rate. It is the heavier round, obviously there. going to have a little bit more recoil. However, it's going to definitely down your opponent easier and deal higher damage, which you can see in the different stats. You can take a look at the firepower is going to be the highest with that caliber. So this is the 6-hour MCX Spear as part of the Next Generation Squad Weapon Program. Here we have our second assault rifle, which is unlocked. If you play with the M5A3 or the Spear, you'll unlock this relatively quickly. This is the AK-24, or in real life, the AK-12, Avtomat Kalashnikov model of 2012. So this is the, I guess, this is really the fourth iteration in the Kalashnikov series of rifles. So you can see the different optics we have here. We go with the OKP-7, which is a Russian optic, go with the grip, and then we also have the standard issue versus high powered. You get it listed with basically all the weapons right now. So the standard issue, you can see the magazine is black, and then the the standard issue is the tan magazine, and it's more of a straight magazine, and then the high powered is going to be just an all black AK-12 standard magazine. So both AK-12 standard, just a color difference. Standard issue, this appears to be the 545 by 39 millimeter, which is what the AK-12 and the AK-74 series of rifles takes. So this is comparable to the 5.56 by 45 NATO. Some would say it's even a more superior round. You can see the recoil pattern on this weapon. And again, you're going to have 30 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. And now if I swap over to the high-powered ammunition, this is going to be probably, it seems like a conversion to 7.62 by 39 millimeter, or maybe even some sort of armor-piercing rounds. Again, it's not labeled, but it seems to potentially be a caliber conversion. You can see this, the fire rate slows down and the recoil increases, and the sound has a difference. So this appears to be a 7.62 by 39 millimeter conversion to an AK-15. Now, those weapons are aesthetically the exact same weapon. However, the 7.62 by 39 millimeter would have a more curved magazine in real life, just because those are bigger rounds. However, in this case, since it's taking 10 less rounds in the future, maybe they're able to fit it into this platform and the magazine somehow. So this is the 7.62 by 39 millimeter conversion. Now we have what appears to be an AK-15 with that heavier round available here on the AK-24 or the AK-12 in real life. So that was our 7.62 by 39. Swap back. Now we have our 5.45. And you can see the rate of fire increases quite drastically with that standard issue round, as well as the recoil is much less as well. So this is our AK-12 or our AK-24. Now, I should also mention, just like the real-life AK-12 and AK-15 platform, this is able to take fully automatic fire, 1-round select fire, or a 3-round burst. So again, true to the AK-12 and AK-15 platform, we have all those different fire options, and you can change that by aiming down sight. So this is our AK-12, AK-15. Next, we have our one and only light machine gun here available in the Battlefield 2042 beta, that being the LCMG, or in real life, a 9th Armament Company AMG, chambered in 7.62 by 51 millimeter. This is the big brother to the LWAMG, which is chambered in 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO rounds. So we'll go ahead and we'll run the magnified optic for the 2.5. We'll also run the standard ammunition, which appears to be, we have standard 7.62 by 51, and then we have armor piercing, and you can see those are just going to be tipped in blue, and the magazine pouch color is going to change from tan to blue. So we'll go ahead and throw that in with a muzzle brake, do the standard 7.62 by 51. Now again, this is Knight's Armament Company design, basically the modern iteration of the Stoner. The little brother to this is the LWAMG in 5.6 by 45, and this is chambered in 7.62 by 51 as the AMG. So now if we swap over, we have armor piercing rounds. Again, you can see the caliber appears to be the same. However, these are going to be tipped with blue, and you can see how the armor piercing rounds go. The rate of fire seems to slow down slightly, as well as the recoil seems to increase just a little bit. But this is the Knight's Armament Company AMG, the only machine gun available here in the Battlefield 2042 beta. Next, for our DMRs, or our marksmen, we appear to have what is the DM7 here in game, or in real life, the DDM4 Day on Defense M4 V7 Pro or Hunter. Now, If we go ahead and open this up, we'll go ahead and put on the optic for the TV 2 times, go ahead, a suppressor, and a grip. We have standard issue, high-powered, and anti-material, which is mislabeled as really armor piercing. So here, it's hard to tell what these conversions are. In real life, this is probably going to be somewhere either a 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.8 by 51 for the high-powered, and then for the armor piercing, probably still a 6.8 by 51, or maybe even a 7.62 by 51 ammunition just tipped with armor piercing. So we'll run with the standard. Again, it's hard to tell what this is. We'll assume this is probably somewhere between 7.62, 6.5, or 6.8. We don't really know. But in real life, this is the DDM4 V7 Hunter or Pro. So here, we'll run the standard. And again, there's no labels to what the ammunition is. And if it is on the mag well there, it's very, very difficult to see from this angle. So that standard magazine, you're going to get 14 in the mag with 1 in the chamber for a total of 15. Now if we swap out to the high-powered, you're going to get 10 in the mag with 1 in the chamber for 11. And then if we swap to the armor-piercing rounds, you have the blue tape on the base of the magazine. So it's the same magazine as the high-powered, just tipped in blue at the base of the magazine. So this is our DDM4 Hunter Pro. Chambered in 6.5, 6.8, or 7.62 by 51. Very hard to tell. Here we have our one and only sniper rifle here in the game, the SWS-10, or in real life, the TRG M10. And this is chambered in 338 Lapua. Could also be Norma Magnum or 7.62 by 51. Takes a variety of different rounds. Here in game, we have standard issue and close combat. So the standard issue, you can see the difference with the magazine and the magwell, how that changes. So this most likely is probably 338 Norma Mag or even 338 Lapua. And again, that's going to take, if we reload that, that's going to take 7 rounds of the magazine and 1 in the chamber for a total of 8. If we swap over to the close combat, now this is going to give us 14 in the chamber, 14 in the magazine, and 1 in the chamber. And again, it appears to be probably a similar type of round. It's really hard to tell. It's most likely a 7.62 versus the high power being a 338. The bullet velocity and things almost seem to be the same. So one's just going to do more damage. So this is the TRG M10. Again, hard to tell what calibers it's taken here because it's not labeled, but that's what we have in game. And in real life, it seems to take a variety of different rounds. So here we have our one and only shotgun available here in the beta. This is the Remington Model 870. And again, let's take a look at the Weapon Plus system. So you can see we do have some MCS 880 on here issued. That's what it's called in game, is the MCS 880. You can see that on the right-hand side of the weapon. And you can see we have a optic, we have a grip, a flashlight, and then we have 2 different kinds of ammunition. We have buckshot, and we also have slug shell. So the buckshot, you can see here, not too big of a spread here, which is nice to see for shotguns. It's going to be very effective out to medium range. You can see how accurate that is. Now, if I'm hip firing, you can see the spread is a little bit more. And then if we do switch over to slug rounds, much more accurate, obviously, out to longer ranges. So that's just going to destroy somebody with the slug rounds. Very, very accurate. But again, this is our Remington Model 870. You can see the reload animation there. Very powerful shotgun here if you're using the beta, and it doesn't appear you can unlock another shotgun at all. So this is the only shotgun here available in the Battlefield 2042 beta. Now here for pistols, we have our Glock 18. This is called the G57 here in game. And if we look at this, you see we only have the 1 caliber currently. We can put a delta point on here, or a red dot sight, and this is a single fire or 3-round burst. Enemy forces control the majority of sectors. So again, this is the Glock 18C, or in game the Glock 57, and you can see it says it's chambered in 9x19 millimeter there for our Glock 18C. However, it does not have a fully automatic fire rate as of the beta. Now here we have our Taurus Model 44 revolver labeled the M44 here in game. You see you gotta manually bring back the hammer every shot, and the reload animation there. And then you can see the different attachments we have. We have high-powered ammo, and we have anti-material or armor piercing is what it's supposed to be. So if we look at the base high-powered ammo, and then we can switch over to the armor piercing. Going to do more damage there, obviously. Slightly more recoil, and you can see the sound difference with the armor piercing rounds. So that is our Taurus Model 44 with that pretty cool looking 4x optic on there, which I've gotten a few kills with it and is a lot of fun. Now we also, really quick, we have the grenade launcher option here. So if I go ahead and swap down, we have what appears to be, if we look at this, it appears to be some sort of futuristic XM320. It's really hard to tell because we can't get a straight look at it. But if I swap down, you can see this is our grenade launcher. It pops out to the left-hand side just like an XM320. And you can see there the reload animation as well as the fire. We go ahead and hit something closer. So that is our XM320 along with the 6-hour MCX Spear. Now for our launchers, we have the Carl Gustaf here, a future iteration. We have kind of a heads-up display there. You can see our Carl Gustaf. Seen this in almost every battlefield all the way back to Bad Company and probably previous than that. And you come with 3 rounds of rockets at base. And again, this thing really has no drop. However, the velocity is a little bit slower. So you can really shoot this kind of wherever you want out to a decent distance. You can see that that's just going to go basically straight and probably hit slightly low. But you can engage tanks from up here all the way over to the Delta flags there very effectively. So that is our Carl Gustaf, and that is all of the weapons available in the Battlefield 2042 beta. Let me know what your favorite is down below, what weapon you've been using, what weapons you want to see in the final game. And I'll also leave a link to my all-weapon video that I got on the trailer, and we've compiled to date so far here in the video description down below. Till next time, this is Buckner Gaming, out.